This is MXUX. You know, with the pardons of Joe Biden as he's leaving office, it seems like everyone's covering their tracks regarding activities against Trump. This is a clip I'm playing here without the sound. That's Hindenburg Research shut down just one day, basically, before Trump was inaugurated and read into the presidency. Hindenburg Research, just a short time after Biden was elected, attacked a personal industrial project of Trump's and J.D. Vance, I would add, in Ohio. And that was the recitation of the General Motors plant and the development of Lordstown Motors Corporation, which did produce a viable electric vehicle, a pickup truck, which was stopped in its track by massive efforts. The SEC included. An Indian firm has linked Hindenburg to George Soros, who is an avowed Trump enemy. But anyway, I just thought it was funny how Hindenburg shut down, shredded all their files just the moment before Trump took office. You can see now everybody's covering their tracks. I think this vindicates Trump's industrial policy and Lordstown Motors investors and management. Please view these clips and look at the related videos in my video catalog.
This is MXUX. Now we're going to... That was a bit of background on Lordstown. By the way, the truck was nominated for Truck of the Year. We're going to come up with that in a minute. This is the Lordstown Motors Mirage. This is by Hindenburg Research and published March 12, 2021. What this report crashed Lordstown stock, along with a pretty decisive move by BlackRock, also moving it into a penny stock after there were negotiations going on to revive the stock price and do the agreement with Foxconn, which was scuttled by Foxconn. We know that. But let's just stop with the history here and just for a minute talk about Hindenburg, because there is new information on this. What Hindenburg said basically was that the orders were all mirages. I'm going to refute that in a second. They mentioned a battery fire, which Lordstown responded to saying, yeah, it was a prototype. We were testing it. That's what prototypes are for. I also said that employees said there is no way they could build a truck. Of course, as you can see from the prior information, the truck did go. It's in production. The production is paused right now. So, and it was nominated for Truck of the Year, and if it were not in production, it could have never got that nomination. Now, the question I have always had is, what is Hindenburg's angle on this? What Hindenburg does is they have 9 people working for them. You think it's a big detective agency in a high-rise. It's 9 people. So one of them's the janitor, that's 8. One of them's the secretary, that's 7. And one of them's the receptionist. So they got 6 researchers working there, and one of them's the boss. He doesn't do anything. So they got 5 people basically in a boiler room making phone calls is what Hindenburg does. Now, they recently, and I am not an expert on this, but I'm going to show some video on this from reporting that's going on in India. The Adani Group was a target also, I believe it's the Adani Group, of Hindenburg. And you think to yourself, what the heck are they targeting a Indian company for? Well, there's allegations, and I'm just going to say these are allegations. I'm just going to report on this, that this involved a political motive about a candidate who was elected, who is associated with this company. I believe, again, you must do your own research on this. And they are trying to undo that election or tarnish this candidate by publishing this Hindenburg report. This is what the reports from India allege. The reports from India also allege that George Soros participated in all of this and also benefited from it. And George Soros has an international lobbying, firm, so on and so forth, a NGO, nonprofit, whatever you want to call it, that is pro-democracy. And there are inferrals that he initiated all this because he does not agree with the outcome of the election in India. I'm going to show video, and by the way, basically what Hindenburg does is they write a report based on their so-called research. Before they publish it, they have subscribers that pay them a subscription fee. They released the report to the subscribers first. So on Lordstown, they wrote the report, published on March 12, March 10 or March 5, all their subscribers got the report. They took all their short positions on Lordstown, and then they published the report. Boom, the stock goes down, everybody makes money. Also, it's used as a lever for political means, at least that's alleged in India. I have shown the associations here with Trump and the Trump's role in creating Lordstown. I'm going to show statements from Soros, who is extremely anti-Trump. And this is not a political channel. I'm not endorsing any candidate. I am simply telling you what the facts are as I have uncovered them. So, I'm going to refute the main claim of this report is they had unsubstantiated orders, which the CEO at the time, Steve Burns, never said were orders. This was a market research project to gauge demand for the truck. And I'm going to show information that's going to prove that he was absolutely correct in his figures, Steve Burns was.
Coming back to Ohio, we begin with breaking news. Good afternoon and welcome to Fox 8 News at noon. I'm Gabe Spiegel.
And good afternoon. I'm Stephanie Schaefer. Yes, great news, and it is breaking at this very moment as we are learning President Trump making a major announcement regarding the GM plant here in Lordstown.
Now, the president just tweeted this information. Great news for Ohio. Just spoke to Mary Barra, that's the CEO of General Motors, who informed me that subject to a UAW agreement, etc., GM will be selling their beautiful Lordstown plant to Workhorse.
Essentially, the engines, the motors' engines are in the wheels. They're in the wheels, in all four wheels. It's Lordstown, Ohio. They make them in Lordstown, Ohio. You know Senator Portman? We've been working on this very long and very hard.
We'll call it. Don't go early, Ron. You ready, Ron? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
75 miles per gallon, and it's just what we had hoped. A lot of pent-up demand, a lot of excitement around it, and you do these pre-orders to kind of get a feel what to tool for in this business, tooling and all the costs associated with the automation required to bring these to market. And so it gives you a good feel of what to tool for, what to build for, and we've been just really happy with 100,000 pre-orders.
A good feel
what to tool for, okay, what to expect, a good feel. It tells us exactly what to do. Of course, this reminds me of a Casablanca. I'm shocked to know there's gambling going on. Of course, these are pre-orders. Nobody thinks anything different. It's not sales. Everybody knows that. Tesla did 40,000 pre-orders, or whatever the number was, for a $30,000 Model 3, which never came to fruition. And nobody knows how many they sold. But the whole idea of these pre-orders is exactly what he said. To give you an idea of what this tooling is. This is the new. You can't say, well, look how many electric pickup trucks were sold last year. There weren't any.
And one individual came under its radar. Now the question is, how can Indian government and authorities prevent Soros and his lackeys from doing what he seems determined to?
My hope for 2024 is that Trump and Governor DeSantis of Florida will slug it out for the Republican nomination. Trump has turned into a pitiful figure, continually bemoaning his loss in 2020. Big Republican donors are abandoning him in droves. DeSantis is shrewd, ruthless, and ambitious. He is likely to be a Republican candidate. This could induce Trump, whose narcissism has turned into a disease, to run as a third-party candidate. That would lead to a Democratic landslide and force the Republican Party to reform itself. But perhaps I may be just a little bit biased.
President Trump is a con man and the ultimate narcissist who wants the world to revolve around him. When his fantasy of becoming president came true, his narcissism developed a pathological.
So Soros is using the same playbook all over the world. Now we come to Terry Gao,